I have a really big update on the San Jacinto River Waste Pit Superfund site. The EPA recently issued a notice of deficiency to the San Jacinto River Waste Pit's responsible parties, International Paper and the Waste Management subsidiary, McGinnes Industrial Maintenance Corporation. This notice of deficiency can also be called a work takeover notice. Let me back up a little bit. So in 2017, the EPA issued a record of decision for the cleanup of this site. And in 2018, the EPA and the responsible parties entered into a settlement agreement to create the design or the plan on how this work was going to be carried out. Here we are, almost 5 years later, and there's still no solid plan on how to clean up this waste. The plan that was submitted to the EPA by the responsible parties fails to meet several key components of that record of decision, and it omits numerous safety measures and mitigation measures that could be put in place to ensure that the cleanup is done as safely and effectively as possible. Now, is this cleanup going to be difficult? Yes, it is. But is it impossible? No, it's not. Actually, there have been several similar cleanups in other areas of our country. The EPA is actually looking at some of these areas as examples of how this cleanup can effectively be carried out. Now, some of the items that were omitted from this plan were to fully clean up the site down to the level that is safe for recreational fishing, and that's 30 parts per trillion, which the responsible parties in their plan, they propose to leave some of the waste in the river. Really, to those of us that have been in this for a really long time, that's not a surprise. We know as early as 2011, the responsible parties were pushing an agenda for containment. And here we are in 2024, and they're continuing to push the agenda for containing some of this waste in the river. It's not going to work, it hasn't worked, and it's not acceptable to the EPA's order. The EPA has given the parties until January 25th to submit a plan satisfactory to that record of decision. After January 25th, the EPA has the legal authority to take over any portion of this site moving forward. They can take over the entire design plan, a portion of it, or the entire process. This is a pivotal moment in the Superfund process. As for the southern site, the waste has been excavated fully down to 10 feet. The water treatment is complete, and final construction at that cleanup should wrap up this summer. Another important update that I want to provide you with is TxDOT will be hosting 4 meetings starting this week and into next week, where they are soliciting feedback from the public and from community members regarding their planning and the environmental component of expanding the interstate all the way from 59 to 99. So it's the entire I-10 East expansion between those major freeways. And it's important for our community members and all of the people around the San Jacinto River to show up at these TxDOT meetings and voice your concerns, not only about the proximity of the bridge replacement to the waste pits, but also the barge traffic on the river. I know a lot of residents are really concerned about the barge traffic and bigger and more barges being north of the interstate. And so if you have a concern, show up at one of these meetings, voice your concerns, fill out a comment card, let TxDOT know your concerns now, early in the planning process before it's too late. This is a great opportunity that we have right now. If you are not already on THEA's mailing list, I encourage you to visit our website and sign up for our email notifications so that we can keep you in the loop on all of these important items. Regarding the cleanup of the San Jacinto site and this recent EPA order, we anticipate to hear back from the agency within the next month. However, we have no timeline beyond that, but I encourage you to continue to stay engaged. When we received a proposal for this cleanup, we organized over 55,000 voices, and it's the local community that has dramatically impacted this, that resulted in the EPA ordering the companies to fully clean up this northern waste pit, and now we have to see this through.